Rhys Edwards has played a huge number of games. He's in his 145th game for Natal today, easily a record against Timu. Cobus van der Westhuizen against Kerwin. Tony Watson playing his 122nd game for Natal on the wing today against the bus Tuigamala. Robert Dupree and Ant Strawn, well, Dupree they're saying will be the Springbok. And in the forwards, well, Olo Brown, what a great game. He played last week in Sydney against Harding. But look at the line-up in the middle. The 4s and 5s are where we're going to see some real play today. Mark Cooksley's the tallest man and the youngest in the side against this huge man, Rudy Vasaki. Ian Jones will be jumping against Steve Atherton, and it should be good around the sides, but at the back too with Teichmann slightly taller than Zinzan.
And on this lovely day here at Kings Park with an atmosphere around the ground that you could cut with a knife, it's Natal who are going to kick off, hoping to put intense and immediate pressure on the All Blacks. Honeyball kicks off, and right away it's Mark Cooksley, the 6 feet 10 inch giant there, who made the catch and immediately got the beautiful black curtain round him. And Grant Fox with his first punt of the match, and he puts away a beauty.
Good start for the All Blacks. What they need to do is gain control of the match, imprint their own personal style on the match, play no nonsense, no mistakes for at least 10-15 minutes.
Open.
And right away in the line-out we have the new law put in force by Frick Burger, who's an international referee. There's Zinzandroep right at the back guarding Ian Jones. And Zinzandroep giving the calls there at the line-out. The throw in by John Allen, who's one of the 3 international players on the side. Lovely jump and catch there by Steve Atherton, who's another very big boy. Bartman, who does the sweeping for Natal at the line-outs, trying to go up the side, but immediately stopped there. Jimmy Joseph helping to prevent him making any ground over the gain line. Rick Burger has a very close look, but the All Blacks have won a lovely ball. Strawn out to Fox. That's a huge up and under, going to bounce on the 22. Taken there by Rhys Edwards, who made a mark, but it's a penalty. There may have been offside there, and it's a penalty to the All Blacks, and I needn't tell you what Grant Fox is going to do with it.
Great start for New Zealand, but the most interesting thing to me was at that line-out, the body positions were quite different. New Zealand were low and driving. South Africa was standing up, trying to maul the ball, roll it around the edge, often with their back to the All Blacks. If we can keep our bodies low and drive forward, I certainly think we'll have the measure of them in the rucks and mauls.
And there, the quiet routine of Grant Fox. He takes a little bit of time. He's got to be careful that he doesn't take too long, because the referee can check him. He'll give him a minute, and then after that he'll have to get a move on. But very meticulous in his preparation, Grant Fox. And in my book, undoubtedly the greatest goal kicker that I think the rugby game has ever seen, because he's a remarkable record of 40 internationals, and he's averaged 14 points per international. Now that's better than Michael Lina, who's 12.6, and believe it or not, the next is Didier Combarabero, the French standoff half, who averages 10. So this fellow is remarkable. He was out here yesterday kicking goals from all over the place in quite a stiff breeze. There's a bit of breeze here today, but of course the underfoot conditions are perfect. Grant Fox then, a last big deep breath, a bit of roaring from the crowd, and Fox, as he hit it straight and too well, need I tell you. First blood to New Zealand, 3 points to 0. They've played barely 3 minutes.
Sentiment from Michael Jones to try and run the ball from there, but I'd like to see the All Blacks play the game tight, controlled and organised, and that means to take the ball up straight, set it up, win some ruck ball, and put some sustained pressure on the Natal team.
Frick Burger insisting on the players waiting at the scrummage, and that's another part of the new laws. The front rows, who are having a little bit of a dust up there. Get back, shouts Frick Burger, as well he might. But the point he was making is that the forwards must stay apart until he marks the spot and then calls engage, and then and only then can they go down. Victor Blow didn't go down that time, and well, you could be penalised for delaying the formation if you're not careful.
Go down!
Well, Frick Burger's going to be out of voice by the time this half-time comes around. Free kick there.
Well, that's a complete lottery. Natal pushing over the mark, New Zealand not pushing the ball in. It's very difficult to say who should have been penalised there.
Robert Dupre with the tap and the high kick. It's a very useful one indeed. An awkward bounce, a drive on by Bartman. Blakely, the big flank forward, was there as well. Now it's Dupre once more. Honeyball, the stand-up half. Great tackle by Bunce. On there to Muir, the blonde-haired centre. Bartman once more, who, well, I've seen him play magnificently for the Barbarians in the UK. The drive on there again by Blakely. Andrew Blakely. Honeyball once again. And the All Blacks defence really stretched here, but standing sure, and it's going to be a penalty to Natal, but the referee's playing advantage. The number 8 forward out to Muir. A chance there for Watson on the right wing, the top try scorer for Natal, and just stopped short, but the referee had played advantage, and it will be a penalty virtually in front of the post. Crowd up on their feet here. The crowd really does ally with the home team.
Sustained period of attack from Natal there. They've clearly showed they'd like to run the ball if they can keep the ball moving, keep the All Blacks moving. They clearly want to do that, but they're not looking particularly accurate. The ball's going on the ground, the passes are going behind. New Zealand just need to sustain their call and keep the pressure on.
So it's Hugh Rees-Edwards, the 15-stone fullback of Natal, with a record 924 points in his 144 games. 31 years old now. But the age doesn't affect his strike. A simple penalty goal for Rees-Edwards, and they're all tied at 3 points all, and they've played about 10 minutes.
Rees-Edwards known as a very big kick.
John Allen to the line. To the middle, palming it back was Jamie Joseph. Fox has got 3 people on him. Ernie Clark, Tuigamala, the bus, steaming up to the 22. In goes number 1, Richard Lowe. And the penalty goes New Zealand's way. Over the top. Tripped the referee, 10 metres more, says Frickberger. Well, we were talking with David Kirk before the game that only the players involved in the tackle are allowed to be on the deck. You must stay on your feet if you arrive just a fraction of a second. You cannot dive on the ball. And as we talked to Frickberger too, he mentioned that that was something he was going to be pretty strict on.
I think there's no question Natal's showing a little bit of an experience at this level. They're arriving at breakdowns in 1s and 2s, not binding, intending to either be too upright, not driving properly, or flopping over the ball. New Zealand staying on their feet, going beyond the ball.
Tuigamala was in there. Hands, people going in. Richard Lowe was pretty vigorous in his rucking of the ball as Muir was spat out of that ruck. This is simple stuff for Grant Fox. It's all penalties all the way at the moment. 2 penalties to 1. Fox has kicked 2. Natal has kicked 1. Hugh Rees-Edwards. 6 points to 3. New Zealand ahead. Time gone. Almost 16 minutes in the first half. That's 3 penalties for Fox. The All Blacks stretch out to a 6-point lead. So after 16 minutes of the first half, the All Blacks lead by 3 penalties to 1. 9 points to 3. Clear at the moment as Rick Berger is taking a long time with the front rows. He's talking to Robert Dupre. Big tall man. Just over 6 feet.
Sure. Interesting to see what Natal do from here. They can either run the ball, it's a good attacking position to run, or put the ball high in the air. Give us an idea of how they tactically want to play it.
They didn't get a chance as Vol Bartman comes off the side as the scrum was screwing. This time, Honeyball, Muir tries to cut through, no way through there. Honeyball again, backing up. Heisman number 8 for Natal, almost to the 22. Short side this time. Uphere's on the deck table, gets it for the first time. He's got Kerwin on top of him. They're going nowhere at the moment. This is pretty scrappy stuff. Knock on by the All Blacks. And this is again handy for a run either way, a kick into the air, or try and penetrate out wide.
Just little inaccuracies from the All Blacks which keeps them under pressure. It could have been snaffled up, kept in, controlled, and given back to Grant Fox to clear up towards the halfway.
Well, they're going to have to be really careful here. This is certainly kickable from Hugh Rees-Edwards. That's a free kick again to Natal. The quick one, Teichmann, Bartman takes it on. Rolling up to about 20 metres out. For clear, Honeyball, no way through there. Steve Atherton takes it further. This is desperate stuff from Natal and desperate defence from the All Blacks. Well, Dupria was in there with both feet going hard, right in front of Frick Berger. Well, there was a little bit of frustration from Robert Dupria, the halfback that time, as Steve Atherton is again very slow to make his way back. We'll watch this now as Robert Dupria, number 9 there. Well, he didn't do any damage, but I think the intent might have been there, and Frick Berger picked it up and penalised him.
John Allen did very well there.
Throw along there to Zinzan Brook with the drive on. Zinzan, whose brother Robin injured at the moment, but happily getting back to fitness. Along the line to Bunce, and now it's John Kerwin. Kerwin! Oh, what a superb tackle that was. Marvellous tackle by Peter Muller, the very promising young player that a lot of people here think will play in the test match in a fortnight's time. But another infringement after the tackle. Sean Fitzpatrick says, here's John Kerwin. But it was a super tackle by the young centre. And what happened here, he played the ball before he got to his feet. Both players must get up.
In South Africa having problems with that, they must have given away 3 or 4, 5 maybe penalties, and I think 2 of which have been kicked, and perhaps now a third. You must be on your feet when you play the ball. They tend to dive in, much as other players around the world have done. The All Blacks have moved away from that style. New Zealand provincial rugby's moved away. The players are trying to get the ball up off the ground while on their feet themselves.
You would see there the sweat on Grant Fox's brow. It's really quite warm out there. There he is with 3 goals out of 4. He missed one at practice yesterday, and a couple of New Zealanders watching almost fainted. They didn't quite, but they got a shock like the rest of us. And again, watch this style, the 2 steps to the side, the wide stance. And then how he tucks his head back a bit, ripples his fingers just to ensure relaxation. As a last look, step back. If you believe it, he's missed it, not by much, but it's past the side. And Natal breathe again, it stays at 9 points to 3. We're coming near to half-time. And Dick Muir is the fellow with the ball, and but he doesn't usually do the restart stuff. Yes, it's Henry Honeyball. And the ball who came from the Orange Free State. Played 37 games for them before he switched to Natal. Quite a number of players do switch from one provincial side to another. Richard Lowe did well there. Good bit of smuggling by him. Strawn out to Fox. That again is very high. Rhys Edwards, the big fellow, waits right on his own goal line. And he sliced his kick off that left foot. And so it was a beautifully hoisted kick again, dropping just on the goal line. And of course it forces the fullback to carry in to his own end goal.
Wonderful opportunity for New Zealand here. I think if they can get the ball in 2 hands on the first or second take, there is a gap in the middle of the Natal pack. If they can drive it through the middle, I think they can probably score using the forwards.
They've moved their 2 big lock forwards together. Cooksley and Ian Jones are at 2 and 3. Richard Lowe at the front. But it wasn't meant for them at all. It went to the back towards Zinzan Brook and Jamie Joseph. Joseph, number 6, there helping. There's the drive. They're trying to roll them all over. They've tried to go right. They've gone left. And look at Frick Berger, was beautifully positioned. But he's given the try to New Zealand. The arm is raised. And it's Richard Lowe, the scorer. I haven't seen him smile very much the number of times I've seen him in play, but that was a super try, a typical New Zealand forward try, and of course the first try of the match. It was a dummy effort there by the 2 lock forwards, a lovely catch, Zinzan Brook, and then watch how first they threatened to one side, there it is to the right, and then how they switched it to the left, found a bit of space, and Lowe burrowed like a mole, 5 points.
Well, I'm delighted they did that, because it was exactly what I thought they ought to do from this line out. Get the ball in 2 hands, control it at the back, and then look for the gap in the middle, straight up the middle. You can see the Natal players standing upright, not much depth in their maul. The drive is coming now up the middle, a bit to the right, and then a push through the middle and Richard Lowe over. There's certainly a gap there. They don't want to roll around the outside, they want to drive low through the middle.
So the crowd here, as I say, associate very closely with their home side. We're counting out Grant Fox's steps there, but he's been at it so long that I'm quite sure that if a pipe band came on, it still wouldn't stop him concentrating. Fox then, that looks better. He'll be pleased with that one. Straight through, a fourth successful kick for Grant Fox. And the All Blacks stretching away 16 points to 3 they lead. We're almost up to half-time. And there's the man himself. 3 penalty goals and a conversion. Quick restart, doesn't get the game going, doesn't it? Muir was in there, the centre who did that bit of work. Then it's Blakeway, now it's Duprea. It was half charged down, and so the players in front weren't offside. But the referee had spotted a previous infringement, and so it'll be a scrummage. And Natal with a put-in. This laddie Robert Duprea, number 9, who also came to Natal just a season ago, he's reckoned to be the candidate for the scrum half position in the test against the All Blacks in a fortnight. And there's one of the reasons why he's very quick on the uptake. Bartman, wonder if the New Zealanders didn't go back far enough. They encroached in the 10 metres area. And so it's Duprea once again. Bartman was on the right, but instead he's given it to John Allen. John Allen, who's played twice against the All Blacks in internationals for Scotland, with his first cap in fact in Dunedin in 1990. And there the body going over on the wrong side, Richard Lowe. And so this is a penalty offence, of course, and Lowe may have been hurt in the process. That was a nice touch, gets the referee to help him out. So there was the drive, and a lovely layback by Allen. You notice he's trying to get rid of the ball, but an All Black arm was round there and prevented him getting it. In there with the foot went Big Atherton, but the referee had decided that a body was over, killing it. And so it's Rhys Edwards, the chance to cut the deficit. Oh, he didn't hit that one well. It went over as if he'd hit a rice pudding, but it's still 3 points, and he'll be quite pleased.
3 mistakes in about 30 seconds for New Zealand. They're giving away 2 free kicks and a penalty. Just a little bit of control, keeping their heads under pressure, and I'm sure they...
The dropout restart. Duprea came in, but he needed a bit of help there from Blakeway. Strawn was stopped by Bartman, but Cooksley did well to rescue it for the All Blacks, and now it's Zinzan Bruto has it. Jamie Joseph, number 6, trying to help him. In goes Strawn. Did well. Fox, it's there to Aaron. Very good playing the ball, or rather holding onto the ball on the floor. You have to release it or play it immediately in the tackle.
You're going to bring the ball back from a switch between the first and the second 5. The first 5 needs to take the ball across the field more before giving it to the second 5 and open up a gap for it.
Another huge punt by Rhys Edwards. Didn't find touch that time. This is again very sharp first time tackling by Natal. So important to get the first tackles in. Strawn, a very useful kick indeed, because it into miles of space. That goes on a ball. Keeping his own 22. Lovely dummy pass to Tigamana, and he gets a great cheer for playing. Serried ranks there basking in the sun. It's a lovely hot day here in Durban, Monte Carlo of South Africa, and here we are watching the first New Zealand match here, All Blacks match here for 16 years. Referee's whistle goes for half-time, and it's been a very exciting half, a hard half, not an awful lot of bright, open, sparkling play. The one try by Richard Lowe, and of course the New Zealanders ahead clearly by 16 points to 6.